Okay, so in order to do this project, we are using 1 point perspective. So when you're using 1 point perspective, you will have a single vanishing point. So you'll use your pencil to draw a dot in the middle of your paper. And so everything that is at an angle to you, if it's going into the distance or going back behind you, needs to line up with that vanishing point. Now, because this is an interior room, we will not need a horizon line. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna draw this far wall over here. So to do that, you're just going to need a rectangle or square. I'm not measuring this in any particular way. You wanna leave some space on the sides so you have some place to put your walls and to put things on your walls. So use your straight edge to make a box around that vanishing point. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center. I'll straighten this up as I go, so if you see how I have this line longer than this one, I'm just going to extend this line a bit. And there is the box in the center. If yours is a little more square, that's okay. So now we are going to make the corners of the room. This is the far wall that you're looking directly at. So to make these corners, we have to line up our vanishing point with the edge of the box that we drew. Do not worry about the edge of your paper. So I want my straight edge, which I'm using this clear square. I want it to touch here, and I want it to touch here. So I have these 2 points on my ruler or my straight edge, and I want to take it to the edge of the paper, not to the corner of the paper. If it happens to line up with a corner, that's okay, but this is the only way to get the correct angle. So then I'll do it again, just pivoting my straight edge around that vanishing point to this corner. Connect that to the edge of the paper. And do the same thing with your other 2 corners. Just like that. So now this looks more like you're looking into an interior room. This would be your ceiling, this would be your floor, and these would be your walls. Now, this particular drawing that we're doing is not going to have a set top or bottom because we're going for a more whimsical kind of look. So pick either side to start doing your first door, either your left or your right. I've been going with the left. So to make the doorway, you need 1 doorway on each wall. To make the doorway, you will start with a straight line. It can be as tall or as short as you want it to be. I'm not making you do it standard doorway sizes. If I don't know a standard doorway size, you probably don't either. So I want it to touch at my vanishing point. Now this is going to be at an angle. If your door is shorter, yours may be at a angle going down, but because mine is above the vanishing point, it will be at an angle going up like that. Do the top of your doorway. So this is one side of the doorway, this is the top, and then another line going straight down for the other side of the doorway. Like so. All right. Now, if this is an open doorway, then from this angle, you would be able to see the inside of this door frame. So to make the inside of that door frame, I am going to draw just a straight line right next to this other side, the side that's closest to the vanishing point, and then another horizontal line because I'm looking straight at that block. Okay. And then depending on however you want your doorway, if you want a threshold, you can leave that line. If you want it to be the same type of floor, you can just erase that line. And that is a doorway. Now, to make the no top, no bottom look, you will just simply turn your paper. Now this is the floor, this is the ceiling, and these are the walls. So just like I did before, I will start with a doorway as tall or as short as you want it to be. I might make this one a little shorter just for fun. Also, I want you to see how it looks when it ends below the vanishing point. So this is the side of the doorway. So I'll want to align my vanishing point with the top of that doorway. So that's another line across. Ooh, that was a little wide up there, so I might shorten that. And then another straight line down on the other side, like that. And erase that leftover line. Now it's important to make sure that your ruler or your straight edge is straight with the edge of your paper or with the corner of this right here. Otherwise, you'll have a bunch of crooked lines and it'll be kind of odd. All right, so this is another doorway. Now, this is probably the second easiest one to do, but this is going to be the easiest one. Just a closed door. All you need to do to make this a closed door is draw on a doorknob. Again, if I don't know the standard height of a doorknob, I don't expect you to. But now, that's a closed door. So this one has a door on this wall, another one on this wall, so I will turn my page. And now I'm going to focus on this wall. I'll do a different type of doorway here. So for this one, same thing, straight. The top of that doorway is going to line up with the vanishing point. And then another straight line down like that. So I'm going to make this one partly open. So it's going to swing inside. So what I'm going to do, you would be able to see this inner door frame right here. So I'll draw that just like I did on the other side. Ends in a little horizontal line. Now, a door swings, so the angle at which you see it is never constant. It doesn't have to align with your vanishing point because it's not facing directly at you. It doesn't line up with the straight objects like your walls. So because that is constantly in motion, pick your favorite inner angle as long as it is straight. Again, note that this does not have to line up with the vanishing point because doors move and their angles change. So I have that inward, upward angle, and then another straight line up. And I'll add a little doorknob. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate about how far up that would be, trying to make it about halfway, probably about there or so. And that is a door that is slightly open to the inside. So next, I'm going to turn my page. Now this and this wall are the only ones I have left to do. This one's easy, that's why I'm saving it for last. This one, we are going to make this the hard door. So again, you can make these as tall or short as you want to. I'm leaving a little bit of distance right here because I know I'm going to make an open door for those of you who want to attempt hard mode. So start with my straight line like I do. For the top, line up with your vanishing point and the top of the doorway. Draw a line, go in that way at your angle. And then another straight line down. And it's okay if this bottom corner is cut off, that just means it's just going off of your picture plane. All right, so now this is the hard door. So this door is going to be opening toward you. So ignore my calendar notification. from this angle, you would still see this door frame. This is where the hinge of the door would attach on the door frame. So from here, you could make it go back, at which point you would see the little inside of the doorway where the hinge attaches, or you could make it angle this way, at which point you would see the little inside of the door right there. I think I'm going to make this one open back. So a door is just a rectangle or a box, but a little shorter. So I've drawn the inside line. That is the little inside of the door frame. Close off those little ends right there at an angle. They don't have to be straight. All right, so we said that doors are movable. They do not have to line up with the vanishing point. So I'm going to just choose my favorite angle and make this door at an open angle like that. We could make this perfectly mathematically accurate if we wanted to go into all that math. I personally do not. If you want to, then be my guest. Now, the top of this door frame, it should technically get a little bit skinnier as it goes, but for simplicity's sake, let's make these lines parallel. Because you are Art 1 students, we want to